I wish I wouldn't have gone for that fucking scan machine. So I went into the scan machine. I get a phone call. It says, we've got your results, Dean, right? And this scared me more than anything else. He went, can we do it over Zoom call tomorrow? I shit myself. There's not an issue. It's very mild. It could be like that for 10 years, 15 years, but it could get worse next year. And then it went fucking viral. It was like, I'm dying tomorrow. I'm fine. I'm not dying.
You're the same, exactly what I seen when we first met, mate. You know what I mean?
Exactly the same. Well, my mentality was, I can't believe I'm going to be playing in the Premier League. And he was at me. Are you on the verge of fucking moving, are you, Big Time Charlie? What hit a nerve? He called me Big Time Charlie. And I scored the best goal of my football life. And the bench is over there, and I've looked at the bench, and Jeff Lee's on the bench, and I've gone, fuck off, you. He went, I knew I'd get a fucking win.
Welcome to the Greatness On Demand podcast, season 2. It's good to be back, mate. It's good to be back.
For a little bit. For a little bit now, as Nick is, you may have seen, Nick is leaving us, but that leads me nicely into what I want to say here, right? Special episode, super special episode. I'm sure you'd agree. And look, this individual here has gone from fucking grind from the bottom to the very top. He embodies everything when it comes to greatness. Now, one of my childhood heroes, and even a pleasure to call him a really good friend of mine. Even a pleasure to say that I'm his manager. And yeah, I just want to give a big massive to our new co-host. You heard it here. Co-host, taking Nick's place and booting him in a touch of the Greatness On Demand podcast, Mr. Big Dean Windass. Nice.
Yes, so what an
Good to have you,
introduction
Dean.
that is.
This is going to go to the next level.
What an introduction.
He's gone.
that is.
He's gone.
I'll see how shall I go now?
He's gone.
I said it earlier. I'm just happy to get. I've got no more back pain from carrying you, and finally, Dino, we can level it out now.
Well, if I have back pain from carrying you, then I'm going to have to get Nick involved.
Look,
I'm going to have to get Nick
carrying
involved.
the king. Can't carry the king.
And then I can get Nick involved to massage me back.
Yeah.
This is it.
There you go.
You're on
See,
podcast, mate.
listen, you can't push people aside. Never close the door on anybody, because you might want to meet him on the way down.
Listen, maybe season 3, I'm kicked into touch, and maybe you're
one of my decisions to leave. Say if there were 3 of us on here, I can't get a word in edgeways with you. So how am I going to get a word in edgeways with you,
I'm
Andy?
thinking that now. I don't think I'm going to get a word in
edgeways.
edgeways here, right? Anyway, seriously though, before we dive into it,
Yes.
your own podcast, mate.
I know, I'm very proud, actually.
Eh?
I'm very proud. I never thought I could ever achieve out like this, because I'm not clever enough.
You are clever enough, mate.
I am. Well, sometimes.
But it's going to be fun.
I'm looking forward to it, mate. I'm
Yeah,
really
it's
looking
gonna
forward
be
to it.
fun.
I'll have a bit of banter and a bit of crack and a bit of seriousness.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it's
I
all
think
about.
that's needed, isn't it? So, you watched our podcast before, you now taking over the big boots here. And like we do, we want to get to, the nitty-gritty, getting people's heads, understand what makes them great and understand. So look, special episode for yourself. So first question we ask everyone on our pod, Dean, is what does greatness mean to you? What do you think are the key characteristic traits that makes somebody great?
I think first and foremost, in my experience, is that because I got rejected as a kid at 18, got, as they say in them days, got released as a YT. Like I said there, the fact is that I wasn't interested in school. I just wanted to play football. That was from when my mum and dad said I was 2-year-old. As long as I could walk, I was kicking the football. I think that there's a lot of ex-footballers who their parents would say the same. I said the same about Josh and Jordan. They was exactly the same as what I am. So for me to get to where I wanted to be was hard work, obviously sacrifice your life. But when you get rejected, and because I worked on a building site and I worked in a factory before I was a professional footballer, that was my drive really. Because working for a living is very, very hard. Especially on the factory work was all right because you're inside and it's warm. The building site was horrible because it's cold and in my day it was, there was no health and safety in them days. Hod carrying. When it was freezing cold, putting bricks and bumping out and doing all this for the brickies. And I'm quite proud of it. I see my mates now in the pub who were brickies. Great lads, Mike and Chris and my mate who's Gary O. I lived on the estate with Gypsyville. He was a labourer with me, and I see them now and I look back and I think, they taught me well. They made me into a man. Because they knew I wanted to be a footballer. They knew that I wouldn't be working on that building site all my life. So for me, that was my inspiration, really. So when I did get the opportunity again through Terry Dolan at Hull, just before my 21st birthday, that was my drive. Was I don't want to go back to this building site. £140 a week. You know, and I started obviously then playing for North Ferriby. So that was my drive. That was my and that's all I tried doing all my football career, was to prove people wrong. Because when I got released at 18, it was, oh fucking hell, you're too small. Yeah, you're not good enough. Brian Horton made a decision, which in 1984, 85, I think it was the right decision. And Brian's a very good friend of mine now. And Brian's not only released Dean Windass, he's released many players.
Did you have a lot of people behind you then that saying, "Oh, you're not going to make it"? You know,
No,
you say that's your drive. You wanted to prove people
well,
wrong.
Listen, when I was with RTS, all the lads who got pro contracts, I think it was there, Andy Payton, Lee Jenkinson, Mike Smith, Gavin Kelly, Neil Buckley. They all couldn't believe that I'd been released, because obviously technically and football intelligence, I was streets ahead of them.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the physicality.
Okay.
I was a late developer.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why Brian released me.
Okay.
But I didn't have anybody going, oh, that's wrong. You know, I think I had a school teacher when I was at Francis Askew School going, you'll never make a footballer, because his sons were rugby players.
Yeah.
So he didn't like football. So he was my form teacher, Mr. Blaxhill, who sadly passed away years ago. But so the inspiration for me was when Brian said to me, look, I'm sorry, I've got to let you go, which was right at that time.
Yeah.
Give that drive.
From my opinion, I thought it was wrong, but we all have opinions.
Yeah.
But then my dad said to me, listen, it's one man's opinion. It's Brian's opinion. Go prove him wrong.
Don't define your outcome.
Perfect.
Do you know what I mean? It was what, and I says, what do you mean? Like you say, I was 18. I was lost. And he says, look, some players, he used to say you play catch up. So them 5 lads who I said got pro contracts, who I think Andy Payton went on to be successful. Gav Kelly went on to play for Bristol Rovers. Mike Smith played for in Scotland. Les Thompson as well, who went, and I think 5 of them went out the game very, very quickly, apart from Andy Payton.
Yeah.
So I like this, because I think there's a lot of people who relate to it in all walks of life, yeah?
Yeah.
So from rejection,
Yeah.
and people are telling you that you're going to go nowhere,
Yeah.
you're going to be X, Y, and Z. So what makes you different, or what do you think triggered it? I mean, like, look, for me, I was similar in your story from a teacher at school. I'll call him out, Mr. Bright, yeah? Not so bright, saying that I'd be a failure. I won't go anywhere. You're useless, Donnelly, X, Y, and Z. I used to just laugh and thought, you don't define my outcome. You know, you're just another opinion that is going against where I know I'm heading.
Yeah.
Now, many lads your age, and even today, still get that no, you're too small,
Yeah.
you're not going to do this, you're not going to do that. What gave you the fire? Did you have people around you, friends and family, whoever, to give you that fire again? Or were it already embedded where you saw, I'll fucking show you?
No, but, well, like I said, going back to my dad, he said, look, it's Brian's opinion. Go prove him wrong. Now, what road do you want to go down? What road? Do you want to go down the shitty road, or do you want to go down the successful one? And I always wanted to be rich and famous, which we all do as kids. We all want to have a few quid. We don't want to struggle. Because my family were working class people. My dad worked for Tetley's, my mum worked for Bird's Eye. We didn't have loads of money, but I never struggled as a kid. We never got anything. But when we wanted a football or a pair of trainers, I get it. But they didn't splash the cash like we do, or when I was a parent. So I wanted to be successful for when I grow up, and if I have a family, which I do now, is to say I don't want to put my kids through what I went through. Yeah. I don't want to struggle in life. Yeah. So that was my drive. Nobody went and listen. I think for me, and like any sportsman who will sit on our podcast and speak to about the same question you've asked me, is that you're born with it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that everybody's different. Of course they are. You're born with brains. You're born intelligent. I'm not, and I'll stand there and I'll speak to a lot of people on this podcast, and all my mates will say, "Dino's thick as fucking," because I am, because I'm not interested in it.
Yeah.
When I'm interested, I'm clever.
Yeah.
So my football intelligence I was born with it.
Mm.
My physicality, that's life.
Mm.
You either stay little or you grow to be a man.
Mm.
And I, as you say, the building site helped me, all the lifting and carrying and the physical work. Yeah. But then I started playing for a Sunday League team called Northwood, where there was a lot of ex-good footballers, ex-pros, ex-footballers, which was Sunday League football. And then I ended up playing for North Ferriby. So people said to me, if you wanna get back in the game, you've got to play at the highest level in your region. And my region was North Ferriby United in the North Eastern Counties League. And then it just took off from there. And then obviously, I always say on the after dinner circuit is that you need a little bit of luck. You need a little bit of luck, and
that's where Terry comes in, right?
There were two managers. I think after Brian, when I was there, I think Stan Tennant was a very good friend of mine, and Colin Appleton. They actually got sacked, and then Chairman Martin Fish, where they didn't have a lot of money at Hull City in them days. I was obviously performing really well at North Ferriby. I'd been on trial at York, been on trial at Sunderland, never got a pro contract. Then Terry now, who's like my second dad, he was always my second dad, who I play a lot of golf with now, is a good friend of mine. He lives in North Ferriby still. He's never moved away from Hull when he got sacked. He said to me, I'm giving you a second chance, don't fucking throw it away. And then that's where my old question comes back to you. That takes me back to that building site. I don't want to get up at 7:30 in the morning. I don't want to be bumping out in the freezing cold for £140 a week. And bear in mind, I was going out in the pub and spending my wages, going to work Monday morning with a £5 in my back pocket for my dinner.
But I think what you've said there as well is, I know you say I'm not intelligent. Honestly, I don't believe I'm intelligent. I really don't. Like, I think it comes from a passion and a drive and a why behind what you do. Because you've said there that you had a door shut on you from York, you had a door shut on you from Sunderland. You've had to still put yourself in a situation of where Terry gives you another opportunity to say, don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
But there's many people who can walk that path, Dean, right? And it's easy said now because obviously, you know, when we get into it, of what's happened now and where you are. But, like, what advice would you give to anyone, any walk of life, where they're getting them fallbacks, they're getting them no's, people are telling them that, you know, it's another no.
I think it's different now because there's academies, isn't there?
But I mean, is everything in life, not even just football?
Yeah, everything's different. But, like, now I look at academies. And I see academies now, and I see and friends of mine who kids are in the academy at Hull City or Grimsby or Scunthorpe or wherever, and they're getting told at 8-9-year-old that they're not good enough. I think it's absolutely pathetic. How can you judge anybody? Do you know what I mean? At that age. So if I'm 7 or 8 year old, do you know, I was the best player at my school. I was the best probably player in Hull at 7 or 8 year old. A bit like Nicky Barmby, who was a local lad. You know, they're different. So when I watch a game of football, if I got, like, I'll walk on a Sunday morning sometimes and see. Listen, Sunday League football was massive in Hull. It was one of the biggest Sunday leagues you could ever have. Now it's depleting. Now it's going. There's not enough because of these academies, and there's more veteran football now than there is fucking normal football, like Sunday League football. So, but I'll go watch I'll drive by, say, and I'll see football on the local pitch where I live, and I'll just think, I'm not doing that. I'll just go stand on the corner, keep out the way. Everybody recognises, oh, Dino's here. Is he fucking scouting for somebody else? I'm just watching the game, and I'll know in the space of 5 minutes somebody's different. You probably do with rugby. You probably do with whatever your sport is. Business. So you go, he's intelligent. He's got something about it. He's fucking sharp on the emails on the laptop. You know, because you're a physiotherapist. Oh, he's an unbelievable rugby player. I know in the space of 5 minutes.
And what do you think that
number 11's fucking
you
different to anybody else.
You see it.
Would you agree though as well from sports, like a business side, like it's the skill that they could have, but it's that 1% in it of doing that little bit
1%,
more?
yeah, because that was the word sacrifice. It's not. Listen, nobody gives you anything, unless you win the lottery. Nobody gives you nothing. You got to earn it. You got to sacrifice your life. And listen, my story is the same as Josh's and Jordan's story. Both got released at 18 from Huddersfield Town, and I said, I'm just a John Windass, my dad, giving my advice to what my dad gave me.
Yes, no.
I got Josh a job with my mate Rick, who I lived in the village in Leeds, who had his own building company. And now it's Josh. All right, he snapped his leg and he had a massive bad break. He broke his tib, he broke his fib on the same leg and dislocated his ankle.
What, this after town?
Yeah. This was at Huddersfield in an academy game.
Yeah.
And then Simon Grayson, who I know Simon really well, released him. Probably not because of his break, probably because he was like me. His physicality. Footballing, you see now the boy's a fucking dream.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's a different level. But at that time, Simon Grayson's probably, and Brian Oates probably, fucking hell, I wish I wouldn't have released him. But you wouldn't have known.
No.
Because he needs to be released to go prove you.
Yeah.
Like them 5 lads who got pro contracts now are not footballers anymore. Was out the gaming space for 4 or 5 years.
Thought they had it made.
Thought they had it made already.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that was the case for them, but looking back now, as a 55-year-old man going, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. And it's the best thing that ever happened to Josh and Jordan because I went, go prove him wrong.
Yeah.
So I got Josh a job on this fucking building site with Rick.
Yeah.
It lasted 2 weeks.
Well, you see that in sport, don't you? Where you'll hear of a youngster, it's going to be the next big thing. How many of them actually turn out to be the next big thing because they get put on that pedestal?
They get put on the pedestal.
Think they've made it, and then it
So
is that.
like there, with Josh, then going to Accrington Stanley on peanuts. But I went, what do you want to do? You go fucking wait for Rick, or do you want to go?
Yeah, prove yourself.
And then obviously that's when with me, with Jordan, with Josh, with Jordan signing for Oldham and Josh, Aki or whatever. They're both 6'2", 6'3", strong men. Do you know what I mean? But they're like me.
I think what you're saying is we say this a lot on here. What I'm hearing from you, and you can see it with Josh and with Jordan, is you're comfortable in being in uncomfortable moments, like and stepping out from being in your comfort zone.
Yeah,
doing that little bit extra, that little bit more.
All I've tried to do since I've come out of the game, and I've had a lot of problems, is try helping people.
Yeah,
I love helping people. I was with filming at Wembley a few weeks ago. There was me, Jay Boffroy, Jermaine Defoe, Emil Esky, Lee Trundle, all these lads doing these drills and what have you. And the banter was flying in the change rooms, and fucking Jermaine Defoe, fucking goal scorer, machine.
Yeah.
And me and Jay Boffroy went, I probably got more satisfaction of setting a goal up than I did scoring a goal. Yeah. Jermaine Defoe went, fuck. I'd never pass it. He'd pass it at the right times, of course, because that's what good players is. Yeah. But he got more satisfaction out of scoring goals than making goals. Now I got satisfaction. If I played well and I created a goal and I never scored and we won, I've done my job.
Nice.
If I played well and didn't score and we won, I was satisfied. If I got beaten and didn't score, I was gutted. But if I won and scored, I was more delighted.
Yeah. And that came across. You've got to think, when we first met, I told you, like, I support the best team in the world, City. And we're not talking Hull City, Bradford fucking City. And and I said to you, I said, why you were Bees were my best player, like you and Bees. I said, why you was what you were right there is that you were so unselfish. You could finish, but at the same time, you'd always hold it up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like you play as a team.
I was a team player.
Yeah, but your mind, though, this is the difference. Like, it's very rare you find a number 10. I especially then, like, who have the fucking game. Like, honestly, they just know where you are and what you're doing. It's rare that for a number 10.
The trouble is that, and that's where I said to you there, with your football intelligence, and if people don't understand that, your football brain, you're born with it.
The other week, let's just talk quickly back. When you played other week and we went to the Manchester Fires.
Yeah, Oldham.
Oldham. What a fucking game you played there. It was a blinder, wasn't it? But you stood out because your football brain was still there.
Yeah.
And you came to me at half time. And I said, how's it going? You go, it's going well, it's enjoying it. But fucking doing me heading because I'm seeing where they're going there. They're not fucking making it in time. Yeah. But you'd ping that ball.
Yeah, because we used to say, Dean Saunders used to say when he was at Bradford, he used to go, fucking hell, Dino. He's on fucking microwave. And I'm on fucking medium wave. Because that's the... And nobody... Like, listen, not everybody's got the same attributes.
But how can you train that for a football
man?
You can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
How do you train a snooker? I always relate it. This is how I relate football intelligence. A snooker player doesn't pot the red and then go, what colour am I on?
Yeah.
A snooker player pots the red, he knows the next colour, he knows the next red, and he knows the next colour. So he's 4 moves ahead. I class myself as Teddy Sheringham because I wasn't quick. Terry Venables signed me from Middlesbrough and says, you remind me of Teddy Sheringham. And I thought, fuck him, that's a compliment and a half, by the way. And I went, why? And he went, because of your football brain. You're 2 moves ahead of everybody else. I know who's over there when the ball's coming to me without having a touch. Because I've already had a look. I've already seen the picture. And that's what I say to kids. Before you receive the ball, you've got to know what you're going to do with it. Yeah. Some players don't. And then that's when they get tackled. So they're the elite players. They're the good players who, Roy Keane's, as he got older, play two-touch.
Yeah.
Scholes, Becks, all these top players have got a picture in their head where they know the way around a football pitch. And some players don't.
It's the unteachable part.
Even
If I've worked with
Listen,
many
I can
coaches.
tell you, do you know when the ball comes here, switch it.
Yeah.
But if he don't see it,
Yeah.
I can't. All I can guide him,
Yeah.
but I can't. I can draw the picture for you, but I can't make you. It's like when Josh scored that weldy the other week, when the keeper was off his
Instinct,
line.
Yeah, I
already
saw
knows
that.
it.
Unbelievable that.
You see, not many players see that.
No.
And I'm in the stand without Jordan, and when he brought through, I've seen the keeper straight away. I've grabbed hold of Jordan's arm, and I've gone, because Jordan saw it as well, and I've gone, go on,
Yeah.
and he's seen it.
Boom.
But to execute it as well. And I said David did it, Bex did it, and Wayne did it. This is a different technique because the ball was in front of him, rolling forward.
And to be fair, the keeper off his line, we weren't too far off
It
his
wasn't-
line.
it was just on the edge of his
just
box.
on the edge.
And the
Yeah,
distance that he's done it from, but going back to not just about the goal, not just about how Josh and this, that, and the other is, he's seen it,
Yeah.
but when David Beckham did it, the ball was stood still.
He had time to think.
When Wayne Rooney got it, the ball, so when the ball stood still, it's easy to deliver it.
Yeah.
When the ball's rolling in front of you and you're running to get it up and over and to get the accuracy from the distance.
Yeah.
But my point is, he's seen it.
Seen it.
Some players don't see that. Some players get the ball and then they run at the defender. Now I'm shouting, chip him. And then when they did, but going back to you, some people don't see that.
It's like the
It's
time,
not-
yeah, it's
it's
like the
unteachable
time.
moments.
So you're born with that talent.
It's like the only person I'd say at Bradford at the time when Carboni chipped it from against Charlton, I think it was halfway line. That was fucking.
To see
beautiful.
it, you see,
Instinct. Yeah,
Carboni
just
wasn't
saw it.
quick,
Yeah.
but his football brain.
Yeah, he
was
knew where he was,
unbelievable.
right place.
So me and him up front was fucking
Magic.
on a tantrum, you know what I mean? Because
100%.
he knew where I was and I knew where he was.
Yeah.
We both couldn't fucking run,
Yeah.
but
It's a second
the
order
link-up
effect, isn't
play was unbelievable.
Let's just go back now quickly before, because I want to fast forward before we get into obviously big iconic moments you've had. But where did that breakthrough come from when you've gone North Ferriby, then you signed with Hull, and then I know that at the time you said, were Hull going in liquidation or one of the clubs, weren't there?
Yeah. No, Hull were going into liquidation.
Where did you go to there?
Aberdeen.
Then after that? Aberdeen. And then fast forward from Aberdeen, because Dina's book's coming out, you can read about that. Fast forward after Aberdeen, I want to get to the Bradford times, yeah? Because at the moments when you first came, your bench then, because there were Lee Mills, there were Robbie Blake, etc., when you first came on. Looking at that team now, and when we got into Premier with Jewel, I was 10-year-old at the time, fucking best year of my life in football, right? What were that? I want to know, in the changing room, away from football, I believe, like if you look at Leicester City years ago, they won Premier League, they weren't the best team on paper if you're looking at it on paper. But I look at Bradford that year when we went up, we're pretty similar in characters. Because if you literally get that team sheet, mate, there's Robbie Blake, there's fucking Mills there, there's McCall, there's Biggs, Sharpie were there, wasn't he? And you just go through that and his characters. Is that what made the biggest difference in that season, would you say, as well as quality?
I think that we had a mixture of we had so many leaders. Now, when I signed, I wasn't guaranteed to play.
Yeah.
Paul Joe just says, look, I bought you from Oxford, 950 grand, I think it was at the time. But we've got Lee Mills and Robbie Blake.
Yeah.
And his words was, I want you to get in the team. Because it'll make them two look over his shoulder. Because there was like in a bit of a comfort zone. I think Isaiah Rankin was there as well.
Yeah.
Isaiah Rankin was there as well. So there's me, Isaiah, and Millsy and Blakey. So he said to me, basically, I want them to look over the shoulder because I don't want them guaranteed to play every week.
Yeah.
If one plays crap and then I ain't got anybody to throw him in to shake him up, basically.
So are you changing your game or you just keep it that same?
No, I'd never change the way I play.
Just exactly the same?
Never ever changed.
Yeah.
Like Stuart McCall said to me, he said, you're probably one of the best hold-up players I've ever played with.
Oh, yeah.
At holding the ball up and then getting it out your feet and dropping it off.
Yeah.
Get hold of it, drop it off, get in the box.
Yeah.
That was my job. Get hold of it because I want quick. I could do you with my movement. My football brain would do a centre half by going. Alan Boxic used to teach me, or at Middlesbrough, who was an unbelievable centre forward, and he always used to say, "Go short to go long. Go long to go short." So if a right back or left back got it, and I ran away, my left back Wayne Jacobs would know that I'm going to come short. And if I knew that my centre half was tight to me, and I'm going to go short, Wayne Jacobs or whoever the right back, Gunnar Haller or whoever it was at the time, they know that when I come short that I'm going to go spinning behind because I might get half a yard on you because I need that half a yard because I'm not going to beat you in a race. So my movement was that was my football brain. That's how do I get away from you? That's what I'm trying to get me telling myself. Because if I have a one-to-one race, I have no fucking chance. So I never say that's Josh. Josh is quick, but I used to say, do things that you're good at, don't do things that you can't. So I'm not going to go dribble by 3 people and bend it in the top corner. Peter Bagley can. He's probably the only one in the Robbie Blake could. But I couldn't. So do the things you're good at. So when I got in the team, and then my thought was, apart from, because Blakey was big, Millsy was big.
Yeah.
Blakey was a number 10.
Nippy.
Blakey was a number 10, as they call it. He didn't do it them 10s and 9s nowadays. And Millsy was a 9. And they were both unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
They got Bradford City promoted, not me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I come in and just started to push them and push them and push them.
Yeah.
But the change room was unbelievable when I went in there. Do you know Gary Walsh, the goalkeeper, big Darren Moore. If Moore, probably Moore. Listen, Moore couldn't pass water.
Big Bruno.
Big Dave we used to call him. And what it was in our day, we didn't play from the back. And you had either John Dwyer, Tumble Dwyer, who was a good player. Tumble could play. He was quick. Morrow was quick when he got going. But Paul Jewell said to Gary Walsh, do not give them to... He could give Tumble the ball if he could roll it from the back. But if we played from the back, we'd throw it to the right back or the left back. That's the only time we would play. Because Darren Moore couldn't pass it. And he knew he couldn't pass it. But he'd fucking head it and kick it. And he was as strong as an ox. He was a man mountain. And he was a leader. So then we had leaders. McCall, leader. Gareth Wally, couldn't run. But what a player. Do you know what I mean? Technically, never give the ball away. Best trainer in training every day. Great pro. Bakery. Don't have to talk about him. Jamie Lawrence on the right.
Grafter, mate.
If there was a fight, we'd all go to Jamie. If we had a fight, we'd go, there's Jamboy. Jambo will fucking look after us. And then obviously me, Biggs, me, Blakey, Millsy and Isaiah. We had an unbelievable squad.
So when we got promoted that season, what were the night like?
Well, the Wolves game, wasn't it? Because I was sub that day.
Yeah.
Biggs missed a penalty, didn't he? And we ended up going, I think Simpson hit the post to make it. If they scored, it had gone 3-3. So they probably we probably wouldn't have got automatic then. But we went automatic. I can remember being in the bath with Biggs. Me and Biggs, they had like you have a bath at home. It was in the Wolves changing room away. And me and Biggs were just sat in the bath for about an hour just drinking champagne. And then basically he took us away for 2 or 3 days golfing and then in an hotel. Then we went straight to Molineux and then obviously the game. And then afterwards we put all the golf clubs on the coach was on there. And basically when we got back to Bradford, the open top, not the open top bus, we got back to Bradford and all the fans are there.
We say good old Stuart falling off a
well, that was later on when Stuart fell off the car, but it was we were a bit like Hull in 2008 final. You just get drunk afterwards, basically.
Let's talk mentality though now, because I want people to, especially again players out from there, when you get promoted to the Prem, and you've just had, and you've got to think you were trying to break through. I know you might have had a contract for next season. Are you obviously you're excited to play in Prem? Like that's the ultimate goal, isn't it? But are you worried about thinking, am I going to get game time, or are some players worried they're going to get a champ team's going to come in for him, so they're not playing in Premier League? What's your mentality like? Is anxiety and frustration, all these other things kicking in?
Well, my mentality was I can't believe I'm going to be playing in the Premier League.
Yeah, nice.
From being fucking released at 18 to be playing in the Premier League at the age of 26, it was like, oh my God. So what I did, Paul, was I was living in Oxford at the time. I was selling the house. Jordan had just been born. Josh was 6-year-old when I moved to Bradford. And obviously, not the fact that I couldn't go on holiday because we just had a baby. I thought to myself, because I was a fit fucker, me. I'd win every long distance run. I was a good runner.
Good engine.
I won't quit, but I never got beat on a long distance run by any football club. 12-minute runs we used to do in them days, blah blah blah, I'd win them. So that summer, I said to my wife at the time, I went, we can't go on holiday because obviously baby's just been born, and I've got to be fit. And I never had a day off. Me and Martin Gray lived on Bicester Village. Martin Gray played for Oxford. Obviously, Oxford sold me to Bradford. I then went back in the summer to sort the house out. And I ran every day as much as I could before I went back pre-season. Because I knew this league's the best league in the world.
Different level, yeah.
And you're playing against fucking Rolls Royces.
How big is it different compared
Massive.
to... Is it big, yeah?
Massive.
Big league.
Massive. The jump. Listen, people say from league, like the lowest league's League 2 now. League 2 player to League 1 is a big jump. From 1 to Championships, even greater. Championship to that one is just...
Is it, yeah? Would you say so? You'd say currently now even League 2 to League 1's a massive jump?
Yeah, for an individual footballer, yeah.
Well, I've seen it. I've worked in National League. I know that from National League to League 2, there's not... If you get promoted from National League to League 2, there's not many teams that are coming back down. You kind of float between them,
But
and then
the
that
trouble
jump
is
is...
that I think it's more like, obviously, there. When you go from 2 to 1, you're getting better training grounds.
Yeah.
You know, as a physio, you get better
environments.
physiotherapy, you get better medical care.
Yeah.
So the professionalism goes up and up and up and up and up and up. Do you know? So that's what it is. Everything around the place is different.
Yeah.
From your food, diets,
Yeah.
to your physiotherapist, to your sports science, to your analysis. So everything's there.
So it changes you as an individual.
It
doesn't how
changes you as a
operate?
person.
Yeah.
I got better as I got older.
Yeah.
Because then I knew.
It's-
People say, oh, Dean Windass is a drinker. What a load of bollocks.
Yeah. But who fucking isn't though?
Yeah, but
it's easy to point the label,
in my day, you
Yeah,
could
how
go
big
for a
then?
beer after a game.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like...
But I didn't drink during the week.
Yeah.
No.
When I played football, the only time I had a beer during the week is if the manager went, right, there's no midweek game, which we're doing a double session Tuesday, which will be a physical day.
Yeah.
And then you're off Wednesday.
Yeah.
So after Tuesdays, after the afternoon session, when you've put a weight session on or whatever you've put on, the lads are going, right, we're going out afterwards. Everybody's going out.
Which for me is great. Like I've seen it. I'm still in rugby now.
Yeah.
After a game, well, we play Sundays. You'll have play Fridays,
Yeah.
overnights. You've just battered your body.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
you
but
for
the trouble
9
is-
and for 80.
Yeah.
But if you have a hard week at work, if you're a builder and stuff like that, what are you doing on a Friday?
You're going for a beer.
You want to unwind.
Yeah.
It's the same for professional athletes.
Of course.
I'm not saying it's everybody has a beer. Everyone has their way to do it. But have a beer with your mates.
Yeah,
It's
but
like-
what the manager would say, they got listen. And I've been in dressing rooms where there's been my 2 boys are teetotal.
yeah, great.
Your preference? I don't
Yeah.
give a flying shit.
Yeah.
I'm gutted that because I want to go for a pint with my kids.
Yeah.
Because like I wanted to go for a pint with my dad.
I can add it up for him, don't worry about it.
Do you know what I mean? But so the manager would say, right, everybody's going. Have a team bonding session Tuesday night after you've had a physical day. You're off Wednesday, but you make sure you're fucking right Thursday.
Yeah.
Because the rules of football is you don't drink 48 hours before a game.
Yeah.
That's on every dressing room fucking wall.
And I think with your mentality, though, there's levels at stake. You would never want to see yourself dropping down.
Never.
Levels. Yeah.
But the trouble is, but don't get me wrong, Paul. I'd be the first one out and I'd be the last one to leave on the Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'd be the first one in the bar and I'd be the last one to leave and I'd be the joker.
Yeah.
But then Wednesday, I'd go in the steam and sauna, I'd sweat it out, and then game day would start.
Yeah.
I'd start thinking about Saturday on Thursday.
Yeah.
Who am I playing against?
The ability to switch on, switch off.
But the game's changed, and I get that. And
Yeah.
it's do you know what? For the good people, like going back to you was a drinker. Listen, I'm not a bigger. I never have been, and I never would be.
Yeah.
But I'm one of these. The stats say I'm the second oldest outfield Premier League player to play in the Premier League. At the age of 40, 39 years and so many days. Teddy beat me or whatever it was. Do you know? And people are going and beat that now, easy, because they're all athletes. Do you know what I mean? You know, look at Ashley Young now. He's 39. He's still playing for Villa. Do you know that?
Taking care of himself.
But you got to look after yourself.
Yeah.
But I looked after myself.
Yeah.
But then, when you have problems after football, you get tired with a massive stupid brush.
Yeah. And I want to touch on that.
Yeah.
Fast forward
And I
into it,
fucking
'cause-
hated that brush.
Yeah, and I want to touch on it because, like, I don't want to sit here and go on about the iconic Wembley goal, etc. Like many podcasts do. Look, you're on this.
I don't want
this
to
is
talk
your-
about the goal
exactly.
at Wembley because
I
everyone
want to
knows
know.
about it.
Yeah, exactly, mate. I want to know now. It's fast forward. Like you said, life after football. But you're very open, like with your anxieties that you've had in the past and your problems you've had, because you're just an open book. I think that's why we get on so much, because you know that I'm the same. But did you ever, were there ever struggles during your football career though as well, or were you just still on that wave of get up, go, get up, go? Did you ever have anxiety at the times then?
I didn't have anxiety, but I knew.
A lot of pressure.
No, I just knew. Listen, I said it in my first autobiography that I don't want to be doom and gloom. But when I was 12-year-old, my parents split up.
Yeah.
Got divorced. And it affected me badly. But I didn't realise in the years to come that it was still affecting me.
All right.
Okay.
Would you consciously be thinking of that then? Of that breakup, even from getting an older age?
At that time, I said no.
What are you trying to do though? Let me get into that. Are you trying to piece things together still, thinking what if?
I was still suffering. I was still grieving from a divorce.
All right.
Because I idolised my dad.
Yeah.
And my mum was like just a working class, unbelievable woman. Do you know what I mean? To look after the family. She'd have 2 jobs, and she works in the chippy and then works at Bird's Eye just to keep make ends meet.
Grind.
So when my dad left, my mum was on her own. But my brother was 18. I was 12. So my brother had girlfriends. He had a job.
Yeah.
So I was the one at home. I was the one at home, and I can say this now because I've told my mum this. I witnessed my mum trying to take her own life at the age of 12 on my own. Having to run to the top of the street in a phone box to ring my dad to say my mum's trying to kill herself because she's devastated that my dad's left her for another woman. Devastated her. So going back to your question, I don't know how I was feeling when I was a footballer, but I could go in sulks. I'm a sulking. You ask Kerry, I fucking sulk. If I don't get my own way, I sulk. If Kerry's strong with me, I sulk. And I probably have done all my life. I've always been an attention seeker. Because after 12-year-old, I didn't get attention from that split.
Yeah.
From a young age, you were always looking for that.
I was looking for it.
Yeah.
If I went to listen, if my mum was sat in house, go, yeah, if there was a party, I'd want to stay up till the last minute.
Yes, it's like the great antidote for you, where you were given the biggest stage, weren't you? To act.
Biggest stage, I want to be the biggest person.
Yeah.
The bigger the game, the better I want to perform.
Yeah.
Nothing like that fazed me.
Yeah.
So, going back to your question about the foot. So then, when I was in changing rooms, and because Dino was the joker, and I was quiet that day, somebody either said to me, "He's having an argument with his wife."
Yeah.
Or something's happened.
Yeah.
That's a good spot from other people though as well.
But
I like that.
But every fucking change room said it, not just one.
Yeah.
Every manager reckoned it. So for example, subconsciously, I don't know, because I didn't want to go and tell people that I was down.
Yeah.
Or I was in a bad mood that day, because I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me. So what I would do, because every warm up, you've took warm ups.
Yeah.
In the olden days, you'd jog round the pitch, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Perimeter, have a stretch, get on your back, do all this. I'd always be at the front, jogging, taking the piss, having a laugh, doing a bit of fucking about, whatever. When I was in a bad mood, I'd be at the back, and I wouldn't want nobody to talk to me.
Did you ever feel?
And all the players were going, "So we Dino."
Yeah, but don't you think that's pressure though?
It's quiet today. It's quiet today.
But don't you think it's pressure though, that Dean?
Yeah, it's pressure. It's pressure for myself.
You have to be the joker.
Yeah, but I felt as though I had to be the one who was messing about all the time.
Yeah.
But people don't know this, but then when I got in my car after training, I broke down.
Yeah.
So then that's when I started to feel like I'm a depressed.
What age were you at this time then, roughly? Well, this was during moments every now and then during the career, yeah?
Yeah, this was right from my football career,
Yeah.
So I don't know why I'd wake up in a bad mood one day, I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you have anybody around you? I know you say people recognise it, but did you have anybody?
No.
No.
Because I didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Or the manager would pull me in.
Yeah.
Go, what's up with you today?
Yeah.
I'll go, no. I just fucking lie.
Yeah. Well, I may say, like, I think everybody has their things going on. He texted me yesterday because I was having a bit of a bad day.
Yeah.
Text me that night. Want yourself today, mate. Everything good.
Yeah, exactly.
And that goes a long way. I'm saying in that dressing room.
And that's why when I do my videos now, I know we're jumping the gun a little bit, but when I do my videos, it's beds, med, pillars on top. It's because in the bad place I was in, I didn't want to get out of bed. But the trouble is then I go, if you've got any problems, talk to people, because I'm the biggest fucking hypocrite, 'cause I never.
Yeah, same. I've got it tattooed on my wrist. It's okay to talk.
It's okay. I was the biggest liar. I was the biggest actor. And I've said this many times, I think, with my first autobiography. I love Emmerdale and Coronel Street. I've always wanted to be. Somebody said to me, like going back to not being the brightest again, what would you want to be if you want a footballer? Well, I wasn't going to get a job in an office. What did we just say outside there? Too many laptops.
Yeah.
Too many computers for me. I get anxiety when
somebody
puts a computer in front of me.
I told you trainers for you.
The amount of forwarded messages in my WhatsApp. Deal with that phone.
I can't even spell. So I'm like, so it was just, it was. I wanted to be attention. So when I crossed that, so I wanted to be a thespian. I wanted to be an actor.
Yeah.
And I was a fucking good one at that.
Yeah.
Because I lied a lot.
Yeah.
Right? Are you all right today, dear? Fucking cellmate here. What? Yeah, you all right? Yeah, I got it. But I wasn't. But I wouldn't. So I didn't want it to rub off on my changing room.
You were able to bounce it off.
I could bounce it off because once I put my boots on and my training kit and I'm on the training ground,
it's all gone.
You forget.
Yeah.
When you play foot, Gascoigne did it. Gascoigne said, he says, when I cross that white line on a Saturday, nobody can touch me.
Yeah.
Nobody can do out to me.
Yeah.
But then when he comes off the pitch, then all your fucking personal life gets dragged in, especially the Gazzers. Do you know what I mean? After what he when he was at Glasgow Rangers with his wife. Yeah. So when he's on the pitch, nobody can touch you. When I'm on the pitch scoring goals and bringing people into play and contributing to the games, that's my best medicine.
Yeah. Safe space.
Safe space. That's where I want to be. Nobody can talk to me. Nobody can ask me questions. Yeah. You just go perform. Yeah. And every manager, and Venables, from Terry Venables to Terry Dolan to Roy Aitken to Alec Miller at Abbott, or whoever, not so much Alec Miller because he didn't really get on well with Alec, but every manager and it's no coincidence, every manager said to me, and you asked every manager, obviously Terry's passed away now, unfortunately, and the words was, if you play well today, the team will play well. I fucking love that responsibility.
Yeah. Some people don't.
That was my stage, that.
Yeah.
Because I've now got to perform.
Yeah.
And if I don't, I feel I've let my team down.
Yeah.
And people used to say, you look in the mirror, Brian Orton used to say when we're RTSs, if you played crap or didn't, look in that fucking mirror when you get home. And so I didn't have to have a manager to tell me I played well.
Yeah.
I didn't have to have a manager to tell me he was shit today.
Yeah.
I didn't want a manager to say I played well today. I didn't want a manager to give me a cuddle.
Yeah.
Because I don't want a cuddle. I wanted a bollocking.
Yeah.
Because if people tell me I'm good, I'm gonna rest on my morals then.
Yeah.
I wanted to fucking shit you. You fucking come on.
Yeah.
Come on, you. Every day I needed to be. Come on. I don't know if everyone has seen the goal at Wycombe Wanderers. The best goal I've ever scored in my life.
Yeah.
The biggest fucking argument I've ever had in my life was with a man called Jeff Lee, Terry Dolan's assistant. I was on the verge of moving.
Yeah.
And, well, I can't remember the score. I can't remember if we're losing 2-0, 1-0, what it was. And we got to half-time. Nobody knows this story. Terry Dolan's doing his speech. And Jeff Lee, so it was good cop, bad cop. Terry was the good cop. Yeah. Jeff Lee was horrible. Nasty. If you put a camera in there, you probably get fucking, it'd be bullying. But in them days, there was no bullying. No. You get told. And if you don't like it, you don't play.
Yeah.
And he's come for me. And I probably wasn't playing great at the time, I don't know. And he was at me. He was at me. But I know I'm on the verge of leaving because the club needed the money. Liquidation. Yeah. 250 grand inland revenue debts. So I knew that I was the prize asset, but I've got to still perform to get a move. Did I want to leave Hull? No, because I'd never left Hull before. I've got Josh, who's 2-3 year old at the time. Yeah. And he's got me. He's come for me. Just me. And I'm sat there, and my dad used to say to me, when you're getting a bollocking, look at people in the eyes. Don't look away. Take it on the chin. Yeah. And he's come for me, Paul. Fuck me, has he come for me? You're a fucking disgrace. Da. What hit a nerve? He called me Big Time Charlie. Are you on the verge of fucking moving, are you, Big Time Charlie? I remember it till this day.
Look at you getting fired up now.
I'm getting fired up, aren't I? And I might not remember it in 10 years' time with fucking this fucking head going on. But I took my shirt off. I remember taking my shirt off. I threw it at him. I tried getting my gear off as quick as I could. Got my boots off. Fucking lobbed the boots at him. Kicked the skip. I'm in my fucking slips. And I've gone, well, if you're fucking better, then you go do it. And I'm walking to get a shower. Half time. And Terry Dolan, calm, he went, get your fucking shirt on, get your boots back on, and get out there and fucking do what you're good at.
Yeah.
And I scored the best goal of my football life.
Is that the halfway line when it comes
when
up?
I clip over the head and volley it at Wycombe Wanderers.
Yeah.
And the celebrations, I see it on Twitter all the time, and I see the celebrations, but you don't, and then obviously it's just a little clip. If it was on Sky Sports now, you see it every week. Like Josh, you see his goal, you see all Beckham's, you saw everybody, you saw Wayne Rooney's overhead and all that shit. You see all the best goals, don't you? And after that, after all the players jumped on my head, I can't remember if it was the equaliser or we got back to 2-1 or 1-1, whatever it was. And the bench is over there, and I've looked at the bench, and Jeff Lee's on the bench clapping. And I've gone, fuck off you fucking right?
Yeah.
And we ended up drawing 2-2.
Yeah.
Gets in the change rooms at the end. Brilliant from Jeff Lee, by the way. A wee clash, because we're big personalities.
Yeah.
And we're coming, 2-2. And I've got my shirt off. I never said a fucking word. And obviously the team talk, the debrief comes in, and Terry's like, gone, well done, great recall, or whatever he said. I can't remember what he said. And then Jeff Lee went, hey, fucking you. He went, what? I went, what? Right, real clever, like. He went, what? He went, I knew I'd get a fucking reaction.
Love that.
You knew what triggers you. Yeah, it's kicking.
But probably he was lying like fuck.
Yeah.
He probably thought I was a big time Charlie.
Yeah.
But I hate the word big time Charlie.
But that's his ego kicking in as well.
That was his ego.
Yeah.
But then it's a great, because I did what I did, it got him out the shit.
Yeah.
Because he's probably gone, I was a bit over the top there.
Yeah.
But I've gone, because of my manager, get your boots on, get your kit on.
Yeah.
And the going back to that, go prove this fucker wrong.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
Yeah.
And that was the story. And then they sold me to Aberdeen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think Ollie? Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, do you think, obviously times have changed a lot now, do you think a little bit, I know it's like you're saying, it's classed as a little bit of bullying and that a little
too soft now.
Do you think it's gone the opposite way now? Because I've been in changing rooms where there's been a little bit, well, a good friend of mine at Hull, I've been in changing with him. He was very, very good with the players, but also made him look at himself. Sometimes I think he had to hold himself back from giving a little bit, because once things get out in the media now, it's career ending, isn't it? You can't do that. Do you think a little bit of that's missing? And a little bit of fire?
I think old school, talking's out the game now.
Yeah.
And if I went into management, I understand that you can't talk to Dean Windass like you talked to him years ago. So then what you do, I probably could have a go at you because I know your personality.
Yeah.
But I can't have a go at him because he'll fucking go under.
I know my personality. If somebody has a go at me, I don't want people to tell me I'm doing well. I'd rather someone tell me where I'm.
But as you as a manager, you've got to know.
Yeah.
How do I treat him? I've got to treat him differently to him.
Yeah, more management.
Do you know what I mean? So my management comes into play.
Yeah.
So like some players can go like there, you can go fuck it.
Yeah. To be fair, it's very much what the Fergie story where he goes around, everyone gets to Canada and goes, "You keep what you're doing, son."
Exactly.
You keep doing what
so
you're doing.
all of a sudden, different mentalities.
Yeah.
But it has gone out to get. Listen, I couldn't answer your question because I'm not in the change room anymore. Do you know what I mean? I can say to Josh, "Do you go out drinking?" Not so much Josh, because Josh will go out with them.
Yeah.
If they do go out, wherever. And Josh will go out and just drink water or Coca-Cola or whatever. But now what they all do after training, they'll go to Costa Coffee, they all have a chat together. And I know Josh does, and Barry Banham and Liam Palmer. Liam Palmer's he's teetotal as well. Yeah. So they all do different things now.
Yeah.
So, because it's a different era to what we did.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's, listen, life's changed, hasn't it? Not just football, life's changed. And I don't think football's changed for the better, by the way.
No, it's a lot more commercial, isn't it?
Well, it's probably changed for the better in the sense of, listen, I always say I don't advocate anybody going for a beer.
No.
If you want to go for a beer, go for a beer.
Yeah.
If you don't want to, don't go for a beer.
Yeah.
But if you're going out as a group and you don't drink, still come out.
Yeah.
Still have a bit of banter.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to touch on that when you're on about good dressing room at Bradford and things like that. Have you been? I know good dressing rooms win games rather than a few star players. Have you ever been in a dressing room where there is that one person that's a bit of a virus?
The opposite,
that kind of
spreads
brings things down a little bit.
Yeah, the trouble is the group get together. So all of a sudden, then you know, like you say, there's a cancer in this change room. We've got to get rid of this.
Yeah,
but you don't name them.
No,
I think that the trouble is then that's when the manager's got to recognise that.
Yeah.
I think.
And do you know what? Some players don't get on with each other.
No.
Some players don't. Do you know? I don't. I never. To be fair, I can honestly say, I've had a few rows with a few players. Yeah. Don't get wrong. Me and Jamie Lawrence have fought like cat and dog. You know, and I've had arguments on the training ground and this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, we're all striving for one thing. Yeah. And my strive was to win games of football, to put food on the table for my family, and to pay my mortgage.
Yeah. And you fucking did that. You did that very fucking well, mate, as we know. And you went on to do some amazing stuff, right? So when we get to retirement now, and you say that you're amazing at football, mindset changes. Yeah. So let's talk about retirement. And I want to really touch on this with the struggles, because I know you do a lot with Supreme CBD. Shout those out. Yeah. Andy Fowler's doing fucking great stuff there, as we know. I've used his products, you use his products, which helps with all that anxiety stressors. But before you even came across those type of products, and this is going to help a lot of people listening, in all walks of fucking life, because the way I see it, and I sound like a broken record, I say it all the time in this podcast, you hear me go on about it, is life is a game. That's how I see it. Yeah. You start it, you end it, what happens in between is most important, right? Is what matters. But during those moments, we are going to hit those harder times. Now, I'm very one who, you know me very well, I wear my heart on my sleeve. If I'm down, I'm very open. I tell someone I'm down. Yeah. I don't hold it back. I don't hold it in to add those feelings and emotions. I say, look, today's a shit day for me. I accept it because I know there's another day coming anyway. Yeah. Right? It doesn't define me. It doesn't define how I feel. So when you left football, why do you think a lot of footballers, even just away because it's all they've known all their life, that being one reason, but I guess for your reason, what made you go down the route of going into depression and anxiety after football? Is it that high that you were missing?
Yeah, but I had an accumulation of things. Are
you still thinking about, sorry, like you said with your parents before as well, do you have thinking time now?
Yeah. Listen, we all got, we've all got, I love the phrase is that, and it's fact, all good things come to an end. It's got to. Yeah. It's got to. Yeah. If it's 1 year or 25 years. Do you know, like you say there, we come into this world with nothing, we're going to go out with fuck all. Mm-hmm. You know, whatever you earn in between or whatever you do, I've tried to provide. I'm the most generous man you'll ever meet in your life, and my kids will tell you that. Kerry will tell you that. I'm too generous. I'm too honest. You know, and I think, and sometimes has that gone against me? Maybe, but I don't care because I know that I'm a genuine person. Yeah, you know, to try helping people, if it's the CBD or with the Windass 40 and the percentage 40% off to so people will direct message me, I can't afford it, Dean. I'll say, look, that's the reason why I'm doing it. Yeah. CBD have given me that opportunity to help somebody to save money because the oil, the gummies, whatever, if you've got anxiety, lack of sleep, this product works. This helps.
It actually does. It's not even a fucking gimmick.
Yeah, but it's not a gimmick. But I won't promote a fucking gimmick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I know you.
But do you know what I do, Paul? And you always get the odd one. Of course you're going to do it. Nobody's. Yeah. Everybody's got an opinion. Yeah. But this is what I say.
Don't try it.
Don't try it.
Yeah.
It's not affecting my life.
Yeah. No.
If it helps you, then it helps you. If you don't do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, if I want to climb that mountain, well, I won't get out of it. Well, don't do it then.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So don't ever go at me for it. Yeah. I'm just trying to help you. Yeah. But my depression side was really bad. It was horrible, because obviously then, but listen, I don't want to. I know you're doing it as my manager, but my second book's coming out and everything's in there. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't really want to. Do you know?
I don't want you to. So what I'm saying is, what I want you to understand is, how do you? Because they can see it obviously in the book, and you're on this podcast now. You can talk about whatever. Isn't what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, like, what is one thing you would say to individuals to get them out of that mindset? Just one thing. Like for me, I say, like I said, life is a game, mate. and it is going to be over. So play it to fucking win. You are going to lose, and that's fine too. It don't fucking matter. You know, I've lost a lot in life. Like, you know, my story is sleeping under a bridge in Clapham Common, £10 in my pocket, and now helping business owners grow and doing fucking big figures, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But what I've always done is I've always done the saying, everybody wants the fucking view, but nobody wants to climb in regards to that mountain. Yeah. Everyone wants the view, nobody wants to climb. They'll climb up that mountain, and they'll only have another 4, 5, 6 steps. But they don't feel like they've got enough energy to get to that view. So then they'll take the longest route back down, and they'll try again and go again. So for me, it's like people understand, if you've got the anxieties, frustrations, depressions, and you're going through these, is yes, talk, but also I think if you can have some self-reflection to remind yourself, in the end, nothing really fucking matters.
No.
All of this,
no.
This is great for now.
Yeah.
Another 100 years, no one cares about
nobody
you.
cares. No.
And again, just before I go into it, as I say to everyone, who were the most famous person in the world who recently passed away where everyone was talking about it, and then all of a sudden she's forgotten?
Queen.
The Queen. All of a sudden, gone. Life goes on. Life goes on.
Yeah.
And that's when I say that, and people understand. They go, actually.
Yeah, but that's how I look at it as a famous person. That's how I look at it. You've got how many famous people in the world have passed away, and then next minute you fucking fish and chip paper next week.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, George Michael, all these famous, absolute superstars.
Yeah.
And then who talks about them?
Yeah. No one.
All you do is listen to the songs on your radio in your car.
Yeah.
They don't go, what about him? What about? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like there. What we're going to go into is that I live for today.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning. It's a fucking bonus.
Yeah.
I know.
Do
you know what? All I care about is if Kerry's all right, and my mum's all right, and my brother's all right, so my family's all right. That's all I care about. Because listen, things are going to happen to us, like what we're going to go into in a minute. Could walk out that door, and fucking crash my car and die.
Yeah.
Oh, nobody knows. Nobody knows what's going to happen.
And I love that attitude.
So why fucking worry about it?
Exactly. I can say this hand on heart from knowing you. People might see you online and only follow you on Twitter and all this stuff. Trust me, I know fucking Dean. What you see online is Dean.
No, what you see is what you get.
When we first met, obviously I knew previously from you didn't know me, but when we first met, I said to you, I got to know you as Dean, didn't I?
Yeah.
And like when we shared our room together at the golfing, when I smashed you at golf. I didn't. I'll put it up. I'm not smashing. I'm not going to lie. I didn't smash him at golf.
They're still fixing divots from pitch.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm saying is your attitude, mate, has been sublime. And I know you could say, well, me being your manager, etc. But the only reason why I got involved in helping your career is, because of experience, whatever, but more so because of you. And when we did get the news, and this is why when I touch on it, on the dementia, you knew that a year previously.
Yeah.
And we got the diagnosis of stage 2.
Yeah.
And then others saw it from the saying of, when you said, glad I finally got a brain. But you rang me in my kitchen, like you do, and go, Paul, I'm not fucking texting you back and forth, mate. And then I went, and then we had a chat on the call.
Yeah.
And I said to you, nothing's changed, or was it from that year from between of what you've known?
No.
And I'm saying this now, and a lot of people have said it. David May, who's coming on the pod, he'll talk about it, and we'll get into the importance of getting this message in sport, of why it's important to, with dementia and what we're trying to do here. But your attitude, mate, has been so unbelievably positive, and nothing's changed from the day I've known and met you to the day that this news, and it could go the other way.
Yeah.
People could say, right, I've got all this pressure now, because and I know we've got so many news outlets reaching out to us. They want a story.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm open and honest on this podcast, and they want a story for a reason, whatever. But no's changed in the sense of how you've operated, because like you've just said there, and I think it's important for everyone who might be going through this, with stage 2 or going through dementia or Alzheimer's, is you live for today. You say, well, I could do one thing and worry about what might happen in 10 years. And you might forget and might not remember X, Y, Z, like you joke about. But you're like, but I'm here now.
Yeah. But that is the reason why I'm trying to sort of balance it, is that there's one thing that I wish I wouldn't have gone for that fucking scam machine.
Yeah. And why is that? Why do you say that?
Well, because of what's come out now.
Yeah, but you say that, but like we spoke about, you've got an opportunity now to shine a light in a positive
No, I
sense,
get that.
'cause I think a lot of people look at the negative of it.
Yeah, but the trouble is everybody's like. So when John Stiles asked all these ex-footballers to go into the brain scan,
and this was a year ago, wasn't it?
A year ago.
Yeah, 2024.
Just maybe over a year ago. I can't remember. Pardon the pun. I can't remember. But it was a year ago, and then this was the story. So I get a this is what scared me more than anything else. So I went into the scan machine, and just before I'm going to go into the machine, this rugby player came out. I can't remember who it was, and he was going through the same thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks, whatever it was, I can't remember what it was. I get a phone call, and it says, "We've got your results, Dean," right? So I went, right, okay. And this scared me more than anything else.
Mm.
I went, "What's the results?" So I've got my phone in my hand. He went, "Oh, can we do it over Zoom call tomorrow?" I shit myself.
Yeah. So
I thought, oh my God, what?
it's that limbo moment.
I'm like going, well, listen, because I always have a go at Kerry about texting.
Yeah.
I'd rather speak to someone than text. Just pick up the phone
Yeah.
and go, right, you're this, you're this.
Yeah.
I love you, but I hate you, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like on the phone with this plot, and I'm going, well, what's the results then? I'd like to tell you tomorrow over Zoom. So I put the phone down. I've rang Kerry. I went, fucking hell, they've rang me. I've got results in my scan, my
Yeah,
brain.
I don't like that.
I've got to do a Zoom call tomorrow. So going back to the computers, I'm going, you need to be at home tomorrow because you've got to set me up on the Zoom because I don't know how to do a fucking computer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she set me up on it. But after that phone call, I rang John Stiles. Oh, Stiles, he obviously got us footballers, or asked us footballers, if we would like to go into it. Because the reason why is because Nobby Stiles, his dad, when he passed away, they took his brain when he passed and took it for analysis.
Yeah.
And the symptoms was Nobby Stiles died of dementia because of heading footballs.
Yeah.
So then Stilesy, God bless him, he went, I want all these footballers as football families, for these football families who have passed away by heading footballs, that we can get money for these families, because I think it's about £1,300 a week to put your dad, who's got dementia, in a home.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Nobby Stiles had to sell his fucking World Cup medal
Yeah.
to give him in care, because John's family couldn't do it. So would you lads go in this scan machine? No problem. Going back to your question now, what's come out, I fucking wish I wouldn't have come out.
Yeah.
I wish I'd gone into that machine.
Yeah.
So when I did the Zoom, and the bloke went to me, the words was, if I want a football, I'd be mild grade 1. But obviously, we found something.
Right.
A shade or whatever it is, a little bleed.
Little abnormal.
Whatever, you know, that I don't know the scientific of it all. I'm like going, fuck me, they found something.
Yeah.
And then that's when I went, have I got a brain?
Yeah.
But I'm trying to fucking be. I'm trying to lighten it up, but I'm shitting myself. But I'm shitting myself.
Yeah.
So he went, right, but he says, there's not an issue. It's very mild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be like that for 10 years, 15 years.
20 years, whatever.
But it could get worse next year. It could get 6 months, blah, blah. He said, but there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
Right?
From that phone call to that, I bet you've done about a day and a half's worth of worrying already.
I'm fucking shit myself thinking, oh, God, they're going to tell me. But when I got that news, I said to Kerry, there's no drama. They have found something. But they're going to find something, I think, because I've edited that many footballs in training every day.
Did you ever notice something wasn't right, though, Dean, before you did that scan?
No and yes.
What's the yes?
Because I forget names very, very easy, and I forget things sometimes, and I just put that down to getting older.
Yeah.
I just thought, do you know what I mean? I've been in the Story car park going, what fucking floor was I put the car on?
Yeah.
But then that's when people come to you and you start fucking thinking back.
Yeah.
Is there something up with me? Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Why am I forgetting his name? Wayne Biggins, who was a good friend of mine, played for Stoke, and fucking great lad, Bert Biggins they call him. He calls everybody George. Right?
Right.
And he's done it for years when we play golf every Thursday. Morning, George. And then eventually I've gone like, not just to me, but to every fucker, to John Sheridan, to Mark Crosley, I've gone, Bert, why do you call everybody George? He says, because I can't fucking remember the names. So he calls everybody George. So I go, all right, George. But everybody knows that he calls everybody George.
Yeah.
So then now we don't get any confrontation. Because he goes, everybody calls me fucking George. He calls everybody George.
Yeah.
So when he rang me up yesterday about some pallets or something, he went, all right, George. I went, George, all right? Thinking, fucking hell. So that sympathised his life, really.
Yeah.
But going back to it, and the reason why I never spoke about it, because there wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
And there's not an issue now, because my brain is still the same as a year ago.
Yeah. You're just really shit at putting.
I'm really shit at putting in that, yeah. Forget where the all is.
Not in Spain.
So then all of a sudden, and the reason why I didn't want to say anything is because of my family.
Yeah.
I didn't want them to worry.
Yeah.
Now that's me again, trying to protect my family.
Yeah.
And then when, obviously, you got Maisie on, and when David May asked me, a year down the line, because we've got this WhatsApp of football families, to try as awareness of dementia, and to try as, because the PFA is our union, John Stiles and the football families are trying to get the PFA to fund these families financially who can't afford to put the loved ones in the home. David May rang me up the day before and he says, you don't mind if I tell him about your dementia? And I went, not a problem. Excuse me, I went, not a problem. A year down the line, I'm all right.
Yeah.
I don't feel any different. I still train every day. Blah, blah, blah. And then it went fucking viral.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe when my phone went off. It was like I'm dying tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I loved it in a sense of all your messages and everybody in the country going, sorry to hear about your news, Dino. Sorry to hear about this. And that's when I came out on Twitter. You run my Twitter for me sometimes. And I says, Paul, I'm going to put this out. I'm fine. I'm not dying.
Yeah.
I could be like this for 10, 15 years. But because my son's in the public eye, this is the reason why I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Because then Josh is getting asked,
Yeah.
is your dad all right? Is your dad all right? Is your dad all right?
And just to set the record straight here, you're the same, exactly what I've seen when we first met, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly the same.
Your perspective hasn't changed.
If I knew that I started getting headaches and started to forget things, I'd ring the direct people and say, I'm struggling here.
Yeah.
Please don't tell anybody. Can I have another scan to see if it's developed?
Yeah.
But I've got no reason to do that at this time as I'm sat here talking to you.
Yeah.
So I'm fine. My health's fine. I still try to play football. I don't head the ball, obviously.
Yeah.
And that was the moral of the story, Paul.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's put pressure on my mum. She's 81.
Yeah.
And then my mum's go, because my auntie and uncle died in the space of 2 years with dementia. So then I start getting fucking paranoid then.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's my
one of the
mum's
things.
sister. Is it hereditary? Is it? Did it?
Yeah.
And then my mum, I've Googled it. And I think, is it grade 7 is the highest?
Yeah, it's 7. Yeah, I looked at it. Stage 7.
Is it stage 7?
Yeah.
Sorry, stage, not grade. Stage 7. And my mum went, it could be 10, 15 years that it could get to stage 7. But the phone call and the Zoom call, the phone call or Zoom call that I had was, you could be like this for the next 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
But like, going back to your question,
Hopefully we'll.
whatever happens in between,
Yeah.
you just live day to day.
Yeah. And I think, like we said, when we get David May on here, he'll touch on obviously what he's trying to do with the PFA, right?
But
Which
we've
is
opened.
good things.
Listen, I know it's an onus on
We've
me.
opened a conversation.
It's an onus on me because I'm the one that has been mentioned.
But let me just
But
say
don't
before you
define
go
it, is it?
further, here, like this is why I said to you when I rang. I said it takes some bollocks. I'm super proud. I said to David May, right, when I was texting David, even David won't mind me saying this because he WhatsApp me saying he felt bad for when he first did it because of all. Then it went viral.
I know I did.
And he like voice noted me and he's going, Paul, I feel fucking bad for this. And I said, no, but David, like I said to Dino, like I said to you, mate, I honestly believe this is giving Dean the chance to put. And look, it's because when dementia gets talked about and Alzheimer's and etc. It can go down the negative route where people go, "Oh, are you okay?" But you're the beacon of light, mate. And I'm not saying this is just because you're a manager. Just as a person, the beacon of light to shine it on the message to have a conversation, but also have the attitude you said to say you can still operate living your day-to-day life of living.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of people there, and this is why I'm super proud of you saying, and it's all right, you're saying, look, I wish it didn't come out, but honestly, mate, people watching this now, I'm sure will probably say the same, is that you are that role model now. Yeah. And I've said this to you because your attitude from when you were a fucking footballer to when even I've met you to up until this point today, you are the nicest fucking bloke bar from my dad. I've got to say that.
Yeah.
Right? But you are the nicest fucking bloke I know. Your heart is bigger than anyone's heart I've ever met.
I just try, like I say, going back to my dad, was he says to me when I was at Hull. The words he said to me was, if anybody asks you for an autograph, try signing everybody's.
Yeah.
Right? I was grounded. As you say, I was a working class lad. He says, I know that obviously it's very difficult to sign everybody's, but if you can, you can.
Yeah.
This was before mobile phones. Yeah. And I went, I will, Dad, I will. And he says, because your life's going to change, right? And I went, what do you mean? He says, well, you're going to be famous one day, right? So I went, okay. Now, all I wanted to do was be a professional footballer. And the rest comes with it. Yeah. Fame and fortune, as they say, whatever you earn and whatever you don't earn, you're in the public eye. Yeah. I walk out my front door every fucking day of the week, and I'm in the public eye. So my dad said to me, because when people stop asking for your autograph, that's when you start to worry. Yeah. So I had that mentality and that philosophy in my life, is to try helping as many people in my life as I can. I walk round Hull and I see beggars on the street, always put a couple of quid in their hat.
Yeah, yeah.
If I had £2 left, I'd still put fucking 2 quid in that. Because I think, and I'll say to them, don't be taking drugs, go get a sandwich. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all the down and outs go, all right, do you know? They're thinking, my missus goes, how come they all know you? I said, probably fucking grew up with them. You know?
Yeah.
But that's my philosophy. And I try to wear my heart on my sleeve, like I say, probably too honest. But I try helping as many people as I can. Like me Twitter going, beds made, pillars on top. Get out of bed. Because when I didn't want to go out of bed, I was a mess. Yeah. Then I finally, Vinnie Jones, obviously, he when he lost his wife, Tanya, Piers Morgan asked him, you know, what inspired you? He said, because I get out of bed in the morning. I met my bed. Because when my wife died, I didn't want to get out of bed. Yeah. And he went, you only can make your bed if you get out of it. And I just thought, do you know what? He's inspired me, by the way, that bloke. He's inspired me, Vinny's inspired me. And I went, fuck this, I'm changing my life around here.
Vinny, if you're watching, get on, son.
Yeah, get on here.
Get on, Vinny.
And then that's when I started doing my first ever video was 5 years ago. I was living with my mate at the time. And I just come out of a relationship and I went, I'm going to change my life around. I stopped drinking during the week. I went to the gym, but I was going for a beer afterwards. Yeah. So I stopped drinking during the week. I got out of bed, made my bed, I don't know why I said put my pillows on top, but I always do. And it just went viral. And then going back to the dementia thing, it's opened a massive can of worms. Yes, I get that. Yeah. And I hope people do get the help that they deserve. Yeah. Because I always turn around and say this. Listen, there's people worse off than me, mate. There's people far worse off than me, so that's why I don't want the people to feel sorry for me. And the one thing there is, do you know, if this opens a can of worms for people, brilliant, and it has done. And the videos, all I try to do, like you said there, what you've got on your arm. Yeah. If you've got a problem, tell people. Yeah. Because you can't do it on your own. Yeah. And that's
it's still a hard step.
And it's now to do with Dean Windass. It's now to do with that attention. Because I always say I get enough attention anyway. So, you know, me and Kerry argue all the time because fucking don't sound stupid. If she didn't hold my hand on the fucking couch when I'm watching Emmerdale, I'd say, don't you love me no more? She'd go, shut up, you silly old bastard. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But that's just me as a person. Yeah. Do you know? So, yeah, if I can help people, then brilliant. If you don't want the help, then that's up to you. That's it, really.
I was going to say, we had a conversation when I first met you when we were playing golfing, and I was actually quite surprised how much time you spent with us. It was at one of your events. It was a bit of a corporate setup.
Well, I didn't know you lot from Adam.
No, and to be fair, it was just like having another bloke there, which was there, and I was like, I didn't expect this. Like, oh, what else did you expect? Yeah. Me not to be me. I was like, in a way, I thought you'd make a couple of appearances here and there. Yeah. I don't think you left.
I was surprised when he said that, but I think that's because we spoke up phone, and you know how I am. I just fucking shouted anyway. So when I rang Dean, this is funny. So he puts his posh voice on. You might not remember this, right?
I've got posh.
I'm on loudspeaker. Yeah, I'm on loudspeaker outside my mum and dad's house actually. And my dad's next to me in the car. Oh, it's just funny. So Kerry, because obviously you didn't know me, Kerry texted and said, just be careful what you say. You remember? She's telling you, be careful because you don't know where you're going to go. Yeah, so he goes, oh, hi Paul, how you doing? All this fucking posh voice, yeah? So I just said to her, I went, Dean, how you doing? You all right, mate? Fuck, it's going to be all right. Fuck, you laugh this. All of a sudden, your tone just changed. You're like, oh, I think you had a bit of a breathing space. Thought, actually, I could be a fucking laugh here with this. Do you know what I mean? This lad. And then, like I said, when we picked you at airport, we got there, we had a few beers, didn't we, at airport, and as we went there. But like you said, you were loved. How many people were flocking you?
You see, like,
there's no front.
Do you know we all have a goal in life, don't we? We all have a bucket list, don't we? Yeah. And because of all these, and you know what I'm going to say, all these like reality shows and that, like Jungle's a bucket list.
Yeah.
I'm a Celeb's a bucket.
Big Brother.
Celebrity Big Brothers.
All these things.
Traitors, all that.
Yeah.
Do you know the reason why I want to do this? Is because I'm sick to death of people like you, what you've just said, like somebody else, and when they've been in my company, they go, "You're just normal, aren't you?"
Yeah.
And I go, "I'm just a lad from Hull.
Yeah.
I'm no different to you because I've played football and because I've been to rehab for depression and because of fucking whatever you've read about me in the papers or whatever." And that is the reason why I brought out my second book. Of Dean, as you say, the title's Dean or Life.
It's the best book. Well, it's
Dean or Life
beyond,
after football.
Beyond the final whistle, right?
Oh, is that what it is?
They changed the title, didn't
they changed it.
You know it changed. I fucking told you.
I can't remember. But like the reason why, because my first book was so stressful because it was about my mum and dad and divorce and 12-year-old and going back to talking about the past is hard. I don't want to talk about the past. I want to talk about the future. Yeah. So when somebody asked me to do the second autobiography, I was umming and ahhing. And then when I started doing my blogs on Twitter and that, I thought, this is my train of thought. If whatever I speak about in the book, the second book, about mental health, if I save one person's life because they've spoke about something, because they want to take their own life. I don't like suicide. I don't like the word. If the people want to take their own life, i.e. with children nowadays, being bullied at school, racism, sexism, everything that the world is at the minute, if I can save one person's life who's read that book and go, do you know what? That's helped me.
Right.
I'm fucking delighted.
Yeah.
Happy.
Absolutely delighted. And if you come and direct message or you say to me or you write me a letter and you go, and I get, like, obviously we get messages on my Twitter going, like, I lost my followers, didn't I?
Yeah.
I lost my followers on Twitter. I don't know why, but then I got my 100,000 followers back, and people are going, "Oh, Dino, why are you doing your videos? Are you all right?" As though something's happened to me.
Yeah.
And I was going, "No, I'm trying to say, I've lost my fucking, I've lost my account."
Yeah.
But then obviously I got my account back, and then everybody's like, "Oh, fucking hell, I'm glad you're back now."
Yeah.
Do you know? But and like when I do my videos, you know what? I'm a selfish twat.
Yeah.
Because I do my videos to help me as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking to you. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I'm talking to you. So then when I go, "Oh yeah, my bed's made," and you got to be honest with it, Paul, ain't you?
Yeah, 100%.
And I'll say, do you know what? And I don't know about you but I used to, when I went to rehab, they used to say to me every counsellor session I had in the morning, "This is how you grade it. What are you today? From 1 to 10." And you got to be honest. So like sometimes on my videos, I'll go, "I'm a 4 today." I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Because what's the point of me lying? Because I'm not helping you.
But why should you lie? You humanise yourself.
Because I'm not. Because if I'm lying to you, I'm lying to myself.
Yeah.
So I'll go, and I'll give the reasons why. I.e., my dad's anniversary when he died.
Yeah.
I.e., my dad's birthday when it. So just all little things that every family go through.
It's relatable.
Every family go through.
Yeah.
That's why when I'm happy, I sing a song.
Yeah.
Rhinestone Cowboy.
Yeah.
You know, best song I ever. That's my karaoke song.
Yeah. No, don't sing it again, mate.
Riding down on a horse and a star-strangled rodeo. But it makes people laugh.
Yeah.
And if it makes you laugh, then I'm doing my job.
Yeah. Absolutely, mate. Look, wrapping this up because you're with us for a fucking long time.
Let me just ask this quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you said football, when you walked out on the pitch and no one could touch you, that you were a safe space.
Yeah.
Would you say, obviously, finishing your career and you doing, like you said, these bits of Twitter and you can help people?
Yeah.
Do you see that as a little bit of your safe space now? It's not comparable to walking on the front of a pitch on a pitch, but
You still got an audience.
Still got an audience.
You've got an audience, and the trouble is the worst thing in the way. Listen, I'll finish off. Every footballer, every sportsman will say, "Do you miss playing?" Of course, you miss playing, but your body does what your body does. You get old, unfortunately, we all get old.
Yeah.
It's not about playing.
Yeah.
It's about the changing room.
Yeah. And what did I say to you in the car? And I said to you all the time. I said, Dean, even when this news or whatever, I said, life's all about chapters, as we know.
Yeah.
Right. This now chapter for me, and what I said to you is for everyone to know who Dean is, because they already saw my perspective of Dean or the footballer. This is fucking Dean, and when you actually find the real Dean, and look, I know we're having tongue in cheek talk about I'm a celebrity and stuff, but I'm being fucking serious. Like, to get you would be not only killing the jungle up because of you when you are Dean is better than what they think Dean is.
But I didn't finish there. Sorry, that's what I'm saying. I want to do these things so people know who I am.
Yeah, I'm relatable. Yeah.
Not the. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no front, is there?
It's not about money.
Nobody wants to eat fucking bull penis, mate.
No,
I mean, that was last week, right?
It's not about money, and it's not about fame. It's not about. It's something that it interests me.
Yeah.
So I'd be quite like my dad said to me. Just finish off. I've got a fucking the worst thing in the world, but it's the most important thing in my life. Is a stone, and I put it on Twitter, and it's a fossil. It's on my car key, right?
Yeah.
And you know what I just said there about something about what interests you?
Yeah.
So when something interests me, I'm clever.
Yeah.
When it doesn't interest me, I'm thick.
Yeah.
Because I'm not bothered. Computers, I don't need to because I get Kerry to do it for me.
Yeah.
So I'm lazy.
Yeah.
But that stone was on a beach when I was 5. Apparently, I was on a beach when I was 5-year-old.
Yeah.
And my dad said to me, find me an interesting stone. And apparently, my mum says, what's an interesting stone? And my dad said to me, something that you find interesting. And for some reason, I picked that fucker up.
Right? A fossil.
I picked that up, right?
Yeah.
It's got a little chip in out the back. And when my dad passed away, his wife, Margaret, says, your dad would want you to have this. And I went, what? And he went, that. And I went, what is it? And he went, it's a stone that you picked up when you was 5-year-old and he kept it in his pocket everywhere he went.
Oh, mad's that.
Jesus.
Now that is worth a fucking £1 million to me.
Oh, absolutely, mate.
And it's worth fuck all.
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
So, by that, I'm close to my dad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, if Kerry drives my car and that or whatever, and I go, don't you fucking dare look. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So something that finds interesting. So, like when you see me on the TV program or you see me in a pub, there's a different Dean Windass.
Yeah.
From when I'm in a pub having a laugh with my mates,
Yeah.
from when I'm doing an interview, people say, "Oh, when you've done radio and TV or your football career, you never swear, do you?" And I go, "No." And they go, "Why?" I go, "I don't know."
I could do with fucking learning that, mate.
Because you can. It's all right in a podcast because you're allowed to F and B, aren't you?
ourselves, aren't we?
But the trouble is, like when you go on TV programs or radio, the first thing they say, "Don't swear." I go, "I never swear."
Yeah.
But
Watershed.
when you go on to reality TV, whatever you do. I had an audition for Jungle 6 years ago. Fatima Red got him, beat me, and then I went on Dancing on Ice, and Ryan Sidebottom got in front of me. All I want to do is something like that to realise that I'm just a normal person.
Yeah.
Be yourself.
And I think now, like I said, like it's all about making more memories now, anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Life's for living. That's it. It's all a game, mate.
I don't want my kids to feel sorry for me that whatever if I've got an illness, I ain't got an illness.
Yeah.
I'm all right. Yeah, there's something there, but I'm all right.
Yeah.
Somebody's worse off than me.
Yeah.
All I want my kids to know that I want them to be proud of me, like there was when I was a footballer.
Yeah. Perfect.
And I've had arguments with my kids, of course I have, but now we're getting okay.
Wrapping this up, right? We always finish
Thank
on
you very
quick.
much.
No, listen. No, listen. You should know
What?
this. You're the new man on the show. This is
All
what
right.
he needs to learn. Nick, he's fucked up already, hasn't he?
Okay.
Well,
He's
Well,
messed
no,
up.
do I have to come back?
I was about to
Do
sign
I have to come back? Do I have
think
to?
the
Do I have to re-sign?
I was just about to say. I was about to sign transfer papers over. January deadline. We're in January.
Right, okay.
I was about to do deadline, and you were about
I've got
to
to look
fuck
at the
off and you
contract
stay here.
This is it.
You need to learn this because the episode's coming on now, Dean.
Yes.
We need to do this. What do we always do, Nick? Go
A
on.
little bit of light-hearted, a little
Bit
bit
of
of a
light-hearted,
wrap-
quick fire
bit of
questions.
quick
Oh,
fire,
here we go.
light-hearted.
And then there's a couple of things I want to say to Nick as well,
Go on
because obviously this is an episode where he's leaving, right? Emotional, right? But we always end in quick fire questions, fun, quick fire
Go.
questions, easy questions. So,
What if we go on Dean's Netflix account? What has he recently watched, or what are you watching? What are you and Kerry watching?
Traitors.
Traitors, right? You like it?
Love it.
What do you like about
Not
it?
seen it.
People
You'd be a good traitor, you.
Be a right lying
Yeah,
bastard.
you'd be a good traitor because you're too honest. People would just believe you.
You need to set this up.
I'd actually believe myself that I'm lying.
You'd believe you're not a traitor, then you'd be asked to go to close.
Yeah.
Oh, do I have to be there too?
Exactly.
You need to see it. No, you
forget it's a
tell.
traitor.
You need to see you tell the truth all the time. You're not
I
the
think
traitor.
I think though now, like if people watch this and they don't get on celebrity traitors, they're just gonna fucking vote me off.
I was just going to say, say it up properly.
Say it up properly.
Even though I'm a faithful, they'll just go get rid of this lying bastard.
We'll give it game plan away. Did you ever have a song, any pre-ritual song going out before playing football or any pre-ritual?
No, not really. No, no.
Any weird one from a player who you knew in change rooms? Any weird one?
No, Sam Ricketts at Hull. He used to run the pod. He used to run the pod thing in the change rooms. So I just put music on in the change rooms.
Just put the iPod on.
Yeah. But I never used to have earphones like that. I just in my car I'd listen to 80s, which I still do now.
Yeah,
but no,
it's my job in sport.
I was never the, as you say, the music man in the change rooms. I just go with the flow.
Yeah. If someone could play the movie of your life, which actor's playing it? Go on, choose the best looking one, lad.
If what?
Who would play you in a movie of your life? Who would be acting as Dean Windass? I remember before you say this, right? I was talking to Lee Sharp on WhatsApp at the time when you give me his number when back during the year time, right? And he goes, oh, send my message on to Spud.
Yeah, Mr. Potato.
Is that what he called you for? Because then B's on about the other film about mouldy face. Like, yeah. Is that what he called you, Spud?
Yeah, call me Spud.
So would Mr. Potato would play you in a movie?
Yeah, probably Mr. Potato. Yeah,
We're going animated.
Yeah, Mr. Potato.
Yeah.
Toy Story.
Yeah. Favourite musician, singer, artist.
Elvis.
Yeah. Favourite song from Elvis.
Got a tattoo on me. I just can't help believing.
Gives a little rendition. Go on.
I just can't help believing when she smiles up close and gentle.
Good man.
With a face of misty morning and a promise of tomorrow in her eye.
I love it.
There we go.
Yeah.
And then me, big Bradford City fan, mate. Who's better, you or Cookie? I've put pressure. I said it. I'm fucking wanted to say it. I knew I'd stir the pot, and I thought,
couldn't lick my fucking boot.
Cookie's coming on here, and he'll argue against that.
How many goals has he scored anyway, by the way?
He's close to you. So listen, he's Jimmy.
80 years younger than
me. So you know Jimmy, obviously play a lot with Jimmy. So Anson's top.
Yeah.
He's overtaking you now, Cookie.
Yeah, but you got to look at the game ratio.
Yeah, true. And you could argue and say, well, it were out of leagues, right, against Cookie. Yeah, you could say that.
I'd have scored, how many's Cookie got?
It's a Cookie's probably, he's got two more than you now.
Okay, Cookie, I scored 33 goals in one season in League One.
Yeah. Cookie's
in League Two, that'd have been 66 goals for me.
For all Bradford fans, I'm sure you'd agree. When we do that episode, and listen, Bradford, you're watching it, I've reached out to Shaq. Shaq knows, he's put me in touch with the team. Cookie, you've got to be on here. Cookie and you, I'll be in middle. I have got some fucking great questions. Bradford City fans, you will fucking love it. So Cookie, come on it, and we'll have a wind up here. Cookie's the new goat, mate. You're the old goat now. You're the old. What do they call old goats? There's something they call old goats.
Just goats, are they?
Yeah, there's something. Right, final question we say to everyone seriously now is greatness on demand. What is one thing you would say to anyone in life, not even just football, of how they can find their inner greatness? What advice would you give to them?
Just be sincere, just be honest with yourself. You've just got to find yourself. And I think if you find yourself and you're honest with yourself, then you can actually help others.
Beautiful. Lovely. And then wrapping this up.
I was going to say, I think you've missed a main question there that we could probably see come to light maybe down the future.
Yeah.
You're on I'm a Celeb.
Yeah, you
forgot. You're on I'm a Celeb. You're getting through to the final three. Is it the final three, final four? It's final three, isn't it?
4, yeah.
And you get a chance to sit down for that meal. You get a chance to pick a starter, main, dessert, drink. What are you picking? Go starter. What are you picking?
Don't be fucking boring. I'm sound.
Prawn cocktail.
Prawn cocktail.
Nice. Yeah.
Main course.
Steak and chips.
Lovely. Any sauce?
Yeah, Diane sauce.
Diane sauce. Dessert.
Cheesecake.
Any flavour? Vanilla?
Any cheesecake.
Killer cheesecake.
Any cheesecake with cream on top.
You'll have to try my strawberry sambuca cheesecake.
We're swilled down with a pint of lager.
Nice.
Oh, no, you'd have a pint like with you, would you?
Oh, yeah, all day long.
Oh, lovely.
Nice. Now, I'm not going to sign this podcast off, neither are you, Dean, because, like I said at the very start, it's a sad day for me. Sad day.
It's not a sad
If
day.
anyone looks back, no, it is.
Life's
It is
a game.
great
It
for me.
moves on, doesn't it?
It is. Life does, but it is for me. I'll tell you why. So, anyone who's looking here, look, it's exciting. It's great to have Dean with me now, following on for season 2. But we, as we know, Nick's one of the OGs. We started this podcast. I rang him all these years ago. I rang him about a year and a half, 2 years ago. I said, Nick, starting a podcast, right? I'd like you to be involved in it. My idea is greatness on demand. I'm fed up with the bullshit you hear on podcasts where it's the same old questions. I want to get in the minds, because celebrity to me means nothing. It's just what media have put on the label. Yeah. Everyone's human. Let's get in their heads to understand who they are. We've done that, mate, for 10 episodes. This being our 11th. Yeah. I just want to say it's a privilege and honour, mate, that I've had for you. And we should show the highlight clips. The lads should do this. Highlight clips of our best bits from me.
There's no highlight clips of me because it's only over you talking, isn't it? You can't get a word
now,
in.
Dino, let's put pressure on him. We want a speech from you now because it's the final one. Take it away, Nick. How are you signing off, mate?
Yeah,
what do you want me to say?
See if you can make me cry.
Go on. Go ahead.
Because it's not hard, cry.
Hey, well, look, I've loved being doing this. I love to do it. It's been a good opportunity. I've done quite a few stuff with you anyway, but I always look future. I'm not one to ever be. I'm probably the opposite of you, Dino. I don't want to be in front of people.
No,
it's not me.
Well, you said that out there, didn't you?
Yeah, that's not me. I always portray this between me and you.
Yeah.
If you go into a room, I'm not saying you want to be the highlight of the room, but everybody knows Paul Donnelly's there. I'm that guy at the back who the quiet one. I'll take every bit of information on board and use it. So obviously going forward, I'm not saying it don't make sense to be on here. I want to push my own stuff on the side.
Yeah.
So I've got my clinics going on. I've got other stuff going on. I've gone back into professional sport. Love the sporting environment. I missed a lot of being around the lads. That's the hard bit.
It's not the
just,
end.
Still.
So au revoir.
So is it. But who better to take over than the man himself?
Big man.
The man himself.
Big dogs.
We're gonna have some fun.
I think if I hadn't met you before and had a good laugh with you and stuff like that, it might have been like.
Well, do you know what I'm quite proud of? I've took his job off him.
You've took 100 quid off him.
I've took 100 quid off that goal.
What else?
Everything happens in threes.
Yeah, this is it. Watch him now. He'll buy the building that I rent for my clinic.
Yeah, rent it out to
and
you
then,
for more.
and then rent it out for me for more. He'll be on me. He'll be on my case.
But I know where to come for a massage.
Exactly. And you signed it off then, Nick. We're going to finish with you, mate. The last question that we do ask everyone, like we said. Yeah. So for you to wrap it up, for people to find their inner greatness, what's your advice, mate? Down the lens for everyone, please.
Inner greatness. Well, it probably won't relate a little bit to inner greatness. It's something that stuck with me for a while, to be fair. There's a guy that owns the gym that I go to, and I've been sat at the gym and I'm like, I'm not feeling it today. Yeah. I'm not feeling it. Give us a little bit of words of wisdom. Do you know what he said to me? No one gives a fuck. Yeah. He literally said to me, no one cares. The only person that cares is you. So if you have to get up and go. Yeah. The people that are in the gym, they've already told themselves that they're doing it. So for me, if you look at it from the outset, the only person that can really drive things forwards is you. Yourself, your drive. Don't look for you can look for inspiration elsewhere, but ultimately that decision ends with you. Everything's on you. A little bit like your football career. Anybody could have told you anything you want, but ultimately to action something, you have to action it.
Nobody gives you nothing.
Nobody gives you hope. And secretly, like I know, I've knocked a lot of people. Not say out in my life. I don't speak to a lot of people at the moment anymore. Probably you I speak to the most, and that's rare occasion anyway. But there's always people out there wanting you to fail and go, just to say that, just deep down they can go, knew it won't fail.
But they can't fucking do it, man.
Yeah, a little bit my belief in this. It's to push, not pastures new, but to drive other things forwards. Yeah. And that's it. Amazing. And hand the reins over to Dino, which I love watching it. I'll still tune in, watch it.
Of course, you will. Because now, son, the ratings are going up. There we have it. Dean, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No worries.
Let's get to it.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Dino.
Fucking smash that. Really smash that. That was great.